Hello.
This is Rashad. I'm going to need you to download TeamSpeak and send me a picture of your penis.
Look, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with my toe. You guys see that? That's so gross. Look at that shit. Oh, what is that? Can you guys see? Focus on that? Can you guys see what I'm talking about? I go out in the back and I run. I don't. It's mostly just cardio, which is my main source of it. Holy sh! So I wanted to talk about video games for a second. I'm noticing more and more that people are. Fuck. Hold on. I'll be right back. The fridge. It's the fridge. It makes noises whenever the door is open for a while. And that's the problem with technology nowadays. We're slaves to it. We can't even open the door and look at the food in our fridge without being told what to do. I feel like more and more people are they feel more like shit for playing video games. And it's not like people are making them feel like shit, like, oh, you're wasting your life playing video games. It's like they feel that shit themselves. You feel bad for playing video games at an older age because you expect yourself to be spending your time doing something else. You know, whether it is spending that time trying to acquire a skill that you could use for a job. Right now there are things that I try to spend my time doing instead of playing video games. Like right now I'm trying to learn how to play piano. I want to get pretty good at piano. Can you shut the fuck up? God damn. You see that? So here's my co-host. God damn it, hold on. These headphones aren't connected to anything, by the way. So I want to spend more of my time doing things more productive, and I think that's the reason why people are feeling more like shit for playing video games. They feel like they need to be more productive with their time. Whenever I play video games, I feel like shit because I think like this could be spent. This time could be spent doing something else other than playing video games. It could be spent learning piano, getting better. If it's okay to play video games, if it is something that brings you happiness, because that's what a lot of people say as a defense. And then I want to be a video game developer, but then how can I develop video games if I feel like shit for playing them? It's like, oh my god. It makes when I start thinking about that, I go insane, because I spent like it's the reason why I built my first computer is because I wanted to learn how to program. I'm a fucking little nerd who wanted to learn how to write programs and make computer video games. I spent like half of my teenage life doing that, and now like I feel like shit for playing video games. How am I gonna make a living off of developing video games if I feel like shit for playing them? That's a pretty big fucking dilemma right there. I thought I wanted to be a programmer for video game companies, but then the more I looked into that, the more I realized how shit their lives are. Like I guess they get paid good enough, but the environments they work in sucks. Like with crunch hours and stuff, crunch times. I mean, where you're crazy. You're working like a Japanese man. Okay, like we're in America, we're not in Japan. I mean, why do you think the suicide rates and the suicide rates are so high and the birth rates are so low in Japan? It's because they are worked like, I don't know, 16 hours a day. It's common to leave after your boss. Like you're supposed to leave after your boss, and what if your boss stays there for like 20 hours? you know? Like, Japanese people, they have a very, very good work ethic, which is something I respect. But they also don't have sex, and they kill themselves when they're 30. I don't know where I'm going with this. Point I'm making is that if you work in the video game industry, you're going to work a bunch of hours, and they're going to suck, and then you have to do crunch time, and then the scary part is you work on a game that you don't even have any passion for. That this is the whole point of the video game industry. Why people are overworked? They abuse your passion. That's what happens. These employers, they know that the people they're hiring is super passionate about the project, and so they abuse it. They make them work more hours than they're supposed to. And the scary part about that is you could be working on a shitty game, like some dumb shit game. I can't even think of an Anthem. What about Anthem, for example? Any EA game, any Electronic Arts game, you could be working for them. They suck the soul and passion out of you, and then on launch day, it's a mess. And then the reviewers and the people playing the game are like, "What the fuck are these retards doing? Whoa, how do they make this piece of shit game?" And then the developers, the people that actually cared about the game and like poured their soul into this game, they just feel defeated. Like, all this hard work and effort they put into a game that they probably didn't even have any say in, and then they just get shit on. I don't want that. I don't want that life. And I realized that when I was making games, like, for myself, just like little dumb indie games, I only like making games if it's my games. I only like doing that stuff if I have creative input, or if I have like full control, because I'm a control freak. So, I'm a control freak, or I like having creative input. I like having a choice in how the development's gonna go, which means that I could never hold a job in the game industry, having to work for some faggot who wants to make the video game protagonist be a woman who has the body of Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, like, I could never do that. I would if I worked as a programmer at a video game company, I would probably commit a murder-suicide on my boss. I have dreams of owning a video game company myself. Like, I start a indie game company, and then I only hire like so many people to, like, I get to the limit where it's like right below having to hire HR, and so it just feels like a boys club, which I know sounds bad. It's like, oh, you're gonna talk about fucking bitches, but like that, I feel like that's the only environment where I would be able to get stuff done. I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth. So we probably would never hire any women.